Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be talking about tuples and also implicitly talking about for loops. If you watched the last two videos where we talked about lists and list comprehensions, we also used for loops, but we did not explicitly talk about them. Because this series of videos is going to be mainly practice, we'll be practicing the for loop and talking about it from time to time. If you're still in doubt about what the for loop does, the for loop generally just picks up the elements of a collection. It could be a list. It picks up those elements one by one. For example, just a quick one. I have the list for year. I could say for the way you write the for loop, for an element, you can call it I, you can call it J, you can call it item. Let's call it item now. For item in, let's say year. Then we could print item. You can decide whatever you want to do. But let's say for item in year, this means for each element in year, we want to print it. So let's run. We see that it prints one by one all of the items or all of the elements in the list year. Supposing we say, this is just, making up for not talking about the for loop explicitly, even though we have started to use it, if we say for item in year, just like I said, it picks up the objects we have in the list here one by one and it prints it. Item can be replaced with anything. It could be I. If you say for I in year, print I, it gives you the same thing. So you can call the elements any name of your choice. You see that it has printed the same thing. When you use a for loop, you can also use a condition with it. And by condition, we mean an if statement. In Python, we have the if statement as one of the statements for specifying condition. So we could say for I in year, if I is, let's say 2014, right? If I is 2014, we can say to print I. Put your print statement, print I. Right. So we have 3 2014s. That's why you have 3 2014s printed out. So basically, for your for loop, use it to go through a list or a collection of items one by one. You may decide to print, you may decide to use a condition to filter those items out. It all depends on what your assignment is. But like I said from the beginning of this video, we are primarily talking about tuples. So for the tuples, let's employ our for statement. So we have these two lists, and one thing I need you to notice is that for these two lists, the number of items are equal. So basically, your tuple, when you have two elements separated by a comma in a bracket, that's a tuple. For example, this, let's say A, B, C, comma, 67. This is a tuple. Tuple is found or is enclosed in a parenthesis, while your list is enclosed in a square bracket. Tuple is enclosed in a parenthesis, list square bracket. So let's explore tuples a little bit in this video. Let's say for I, we can call it I, in zip, we're using zip because zip is a function that would pick one element from year, one element from title. Let's see how that happens. For I in zip, year and title in a tuple. So you have year, title. This is a tuple. And like I said, zip is a function that would pick one element from year. If it picks the first element from year, it picks the first element from title, and it makes it a tuple. Let's just print this out to see exactly. So when it prints out I, it's going to print out 2004 Katie, 2014 Katie, 2014 Harry, 2012 Jake. As you can see, these are tuples. These are tuples. Okay. So let's see how this would, if we want to change this to a list, changing this to a list, or we could just hash this. We want to change this zipped elements to a list. So let's say we want to print, if you remember in the last video, we said we could use the keyword list to make any collection a list. So let's try making these zipped items a list. You have title. Let's see what that gives us. Okay. Indentation. Let's see. Oh yeah. After your for loop, you're supposed to indent. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is supposed to right. We have the tuple, and then we've made a list from the tuples. Let's explore this furthermore. Let's say we want to make a dictionary out of this zipped tuples. And if you remember, I think we've also talked about dictionaries implicitly anyway. So for your dictionaries, you have a key and a value. So it's going to make, in this case, year would be the key and the value would be the title. So let's see. To make this a dictionary, we'll use the keyword dict. And when we print, the key, between the key and the value, we're going to have, yes, colons. Colons. And another thing to note here is that the dictionary is held or is enclosed in curly brackets. Is enclosed in curly brackets. So let's talk about the set. What is the set? The set does not return duplicates. So this means that if we are going to return a set, we have 2014 Katie twice, 2014 Katie twice, a set will return it only once. So look at our set here. 2014 Katie. So you have 2014 Katie just once. Okay. So let's try to unzip. Supposing we have men looking at what we've done so far. We took two lists and we zipped them. Supposing we want to unzip, we can just go unzip, yeah, unzip. This is just variables. You can call yours anything you want. Unzip title, then this asterisk. Where is that? Yeah. So you have let's use list. So let's see what happens. Let's print unzip. Yeah. Let's print unzip here. Let's see what happens. When we print unzip here, yeah, and title, didn't we? Yes, we did. Unzip list here, title. What's wrong? Oh, the zip. There you go. Right. So we have unzipped here. And if we wanted to return it as a list, we would use the list keyword. So we would get back yeah, exactly. We've gotten back our yeah, just as it was before we zipped it up. And just playing a little more with this, we could decide to, let's use for loop for JK. So for the for loop, sometimes you could decide to pick your elements in twos. So for JK in enumerate will, we're going to see how enumerate would behave. Well, we usually use it, and as the name goes, when we want to enumerate something. So let's see this. So let's print this out. Let's print out JK. JK. So it's going to print out why is this taking time? Right. So our enumerate would list out values where J, when we use the keyword enumerate, J becomes the ordering from 0 to the end of the items, and K becomes the items listed one after the other. So you have Katie, Harry, Jake, 0, 1, all the way to 7 for the 8 names in the title. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and let's explore more loops in the next one.